Smart Chiropractor Show. It is April, which means we have a new monthly campaign. If you've been following along with the Smart Chiropractor, we have an annual calendar of topics. Those annual calendars broken up into monthly campaigns, weekly topics, and daily posts. We utilize all the most popular channels, your blog, social, email, you name it, to make sure that you are teaching and inviting at the highest level. And we love our members that are out there taking that active extra step. We're going to provide you with those video scripts so you can get after it, shoot those videos, break through that fear, and connect with more people. But we just changed over to April. So we have a new monthly campaign, and this one's all around auto accidents. So auto accidents is our April monthly campaign for the Smart Chiropractor. Why is that the case? There's a lot of accidents that happen, and whether or not you are a PI focused practice or not, there are people in your community and in your practice that are likely to get into car accidents. I'd say this year, but I'm going to pull it back and probably say this week if you see enough people in your practice. And this weekly topic we're devoting to whiplash. It is how these injuries can cause chronic pain. And this is a very, very important topic because many people, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it was, I just got into a little fender bender. And we all know as chiropractors now, we see those people 20 years later and we take an image, we're assessing what's going on movement-wise, and what was thought to be a little issue long ago now is a big issue today. And a lot of this comes down to vehicles are big, heavy, and move fast. And you are either the target vehicle or the bullet vehicle, as they say. And in either case, there are a ton of forces that are impacting the person and the vehicle anytime that there is a collision. And while safety belts have done a wondrous job saving a tremendous amount of lives over the last 50 plus years, they can contribute to whiplash injuries. When you are stabilized here, and now you're getting that flexion, extension, flexion in rapid succession with the forces that take place even with small accidents. This is a big deal. And we see the ramifications from it often later on. But certainly it's a great topic to be in front of in your community for those individuals getting into accidents today, tomorrow, next week. We wish none of it happened. It's a fact of life. And it's important, in my opinion, for us as chiropractors to lead that conversation because the question becomes, if not you, who? Who do you think is going to lead that conversation and give them the best, most accurate information around not only how they can recover and how they can heal, but if they've had something occur in the past, how they can take proactive steps today, tomorrow, to ensure that that does not catch up with them in the future. Jason, car accidents, whiplash, big topic. We have all month to explore it, so we'll have some fun, but what are your thoughts?
Well, I think the first most important thing for many chiropractors as you start hearing this conversation is there's probably two audiences of chiropractors out there. There are those that actively work with personal injury cases. Maybe you work with attorneys. You get excited about having personal injury cases come on in, not because of the injury, but because they often pay well. They reimburse very well in many cases. And for those of you that choose to work in the personal injury space because it does pay very well, again, in most states, most of the time, this is an exciting topic for you. But I want to make sure that those people, and there's plenty of practices that do not actively work with personal injury cases and attorneys and insurance and so on. I want to make sure that you don't shut down and say, this topic isn't for me, because it is, and here's why. What we're saying, what this topic teaches, is the impact of car accidents, specifically whiplash this week, on chronic pain. And the question isn't, are you in pain now? And did you have a car accident recently? The question you might want to ask people as you hopefully start teaching and inviting and getting out there and doing videos and even communicating in your practice, table talk, making sure people got their research that matters, newsletters via email, watching the slides on your screen. That is really the beautiful part of sort of this metaverse of information, right? And all the different places that you're sharing information, this is your coordinated monthly conversation. And the conversation you may want to have, if you're not a PI practice, is to start asking people the question, have you ever been in a car accident? Because one of two things is going to happen if you've ever been in a car accident. Either you've been in a car accident years ago, maybe even decades ago, and you've had the injury that never necessarily healed properly, and you have chronic pain, or you were in a car accident, never healed properly, and you're not in chronic pain, but it might be inevitable considering the understanding of the mechanisms of injury and the impact that has on your neurology. So, teaching people about how their body works is the name of the game in today's world. You'll hear us say it in a variety of different ways, that educating people about chiropractic is really a method of teaching people what you sell, what you make money from doing. And that's what has worked in the past when people had health insurance, that they really didn't have to value what you were doing, as in pay out of pocket. They could just go, my insurance will cover it. It's free. You're going to make me feel better? Sure, put it on my tab. I don't even care. Charge them as much as you want. That's a different conversation than most chiropractors are having in today's world. In today's world, people have to have some value. Why am I going to take my time to either leave the house I work from home at and actually go out in the wild to your practice, or make the time in their commute or whatever it is? Very few people have free time any longer. So they've got to make the time, number one, let alone afford the prices, afford the cost. High deductibles, high copays often means a lot of money out of pocket. All of that translates into people need to value what you do above and beyond temporary pain relief. Why? If your only conversation is focused on pain relief, you've got one of two options. The pain goes away and they leave and say thank you, or the pain doesn't go away and they leave and don't say thank you. If that's the limit of your conversation, then that is a choice versus those types of practices that teach people about how your body works. And the more people learn about how their body works, and the more people learn about the devastating effects of interference in their nerve system, the impact of the interference in the mind-body connection, however you choose to articulate or teach people about their bodies, once they recognize how their body works and the potential they have to heal themselves, most normal, rational thinking people then ask themselves or ask you, well, how do I get this thing to work the way it's supposed to, the way you're teaching me? And oftentimes the answer to that question is your services. But that's when they're asking because they're curious, not when you are trying to teach them about something that you have a benefit from. It may be a very subtle concept for many of you, but it actually makes all the difference of the world. Are you selling your services, or are you teaching people to want what you have because of how they can benefit? Those are two different conversations. Stay tuned if you want to learn more about those nuances. Great topic, whether you are a PI practice or not.
Plenty of people getting into accidents, a big conversation to be had, lots of nuanced details around it. As you said, Jason, we're going to explore it all month long. But Smart Chiropractor members, I want to throw out a challenge to you. Take the video script, shoot your first video if you haven't shot one this week. If you have been shooting them, stay consistent. Keep it going. Keep that train going down the tracks, because shooting video is one of the most powerful ways you can connect with people in your community. And we make it super easy by giving you everything you need to get started. So April is going to be all around car accidents. We'll be back next week to talk about our new weekly topic within this monthly campaign. So we're going to have some fun with it. We hope you join us. If you have any questions, drop them down below. Jason?
Let's just invite people as they do those videos to share them with us. Hopefully, if you're part of the Smart Chiropractor, even if you're not, if you're doing videos that are teaching and inviting consistently, make sure you're in our private Facebook group, the Smart Chiropractor private group. And if you're already a member, great. If you're not, you'll have to knock. We'll let you in because it's for Smart Chiropractors. And share your videos. Let people comment. Either you're really good at it and you should let people see what's possible, or you're in the learning phase and you're like, I don't really know. I'm a little self-conscious. I'm not sure this is really good. You know what? It is more valuable for people to hear what you have to say than it is for you to get your feelings hurt or your ego a little bit bruised or whatever. And nobody does their best videos when they start off. Nobody. So take the challenge. Do some videos, get them out there, but share them with us. And if you want feedback, let us know. If you don't want feedback, just share them. Go, hey, this is what I did. I hope something good happens, and probably will, because results follow action, as Jeff always says. But if you want some feedback, ask for it. Hey, what do you think? Is there something I could have done better here? And if there's something specific you want to know, ask specific questions. That's the power of the community. That's the power of connecting with other smart chiropractors. That's part of the benefit of being part of the Smart Chiropractor tribe. Listen, if you're in sports, you video yourself, you get feedback, you watch yourself, and you only get better. We're looking for smart chiropractors who just want to keep on improving, both for their own sense of improvement, but because the better communicator you are about these important topics in your community, the better it is for your community. And the better it is for your community, got a sneaking suspicion, the better it's going to be for your practice. So take the challenge, put your ego back behind you. Think of the benefits people will experience by hearing you, and not the emotional frustration, tension, maybe even fear of getting out there and speaking up. If Jeff said it earlier, if not you, who?
That's it. Got to break through that fear. This segment has been brought to you by The Smart Chiropractor. If you would like to attract more of your ideal new patients, improve your retention, and get a nice flywheel of reactivations without spending any money on advertising, visit us at thesmartchiropractor.com. Again, that is thesmartchiropractor.com. Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to The Smart Chiropractor. We are posting videos on how you can market your chiropractic practice in a way that teach and invites consistently. We have found that is the magic formula to big time growth. So if you like this video, be sure to comment down below, smash that subscribe button, or visit us at thesmartchiropractor.com.